Hey, listeners, can you believe we have been producing the Haven Hubcast for over a year? In celebration of this momentous occasion, we are resharing with you a handful of our favorite episodes, guests, and interviews. Have a listen and hope you enjoy them as much as we do.
Welcome to the Haven Hubcast, a place to learn what business leaders, owners, and professionals are doing to navigate and grow in today's market. Hear from industry experts on everything from marketing, leadership, financing, and more. Brought to you by Haven, a co-working space where you can connect, create, and get stuff done.
In today's episode, we talk about a subject that's near and dear to my heart: why and how to be a thought leader. For the last 6 years, I was a VP of thought leadership at Synchrony, and now I have a firm, Marquette Marketing, that focuses on turning leaders into thought leaders. So let's dive into what exactly is a thought leader. So the definition is: a thought leader is an individual or firm that is recognized as an authority in a specialized field and whose expertise is sought after and often rewarded. Thought leaders are commonly asked to speak at public events, conferences, webinars, and to share their insights with relevant audiences. Keeping that in mind, why should you be a thought leader? Number one, as stated, thought leaders are sought after. People listen to them and value their opinions. Their content gets shared and distributed much more easily. They get media attention, they get quotes and interviews, and overall, they end up paying less for actually marketing their businesses because new clients come easily. They have a microphone that they're talking with, and they've established themselves as a subject matter expert in their field. And quite frankly, they can charge higher fees for what they do and the services they provide. So, what impact does thought leadership have on the perception of a brand? About 60% of companies say it really helps, it provides a very positive impact on the understanding of a company's values, or the perception of a company is very positive as a result of their thought leadership. For the organizational design of a thought leader can be set in a series of steps. Number one, look at the macro and societal trends impacting your business and your industry. And then look at the topics of interest to your customer and your client set. What are they challenged with? What do they most want to hear about? And then look internally. What are the strategic pillars of your company? What do you want to be known for? So you can set up maybe 3 or 4 strategic pillars. I want to be known as, let's just say, an inclusive company. I would like to be known as a technology company, and I'd like to be known as highly analytical. So let's say those are the 3 pillars. Then from there, we go into what are the specific topics around those pillars. So what do you want to say about those topics? And who in the company should say it? Is it always the CEO? Is it someone else? Is it the chief technology officer? Only then do you go down and say, how do we put this out? How do we say this? Formats could be white papers, infographics, podcasts. There are several media outlets to do this. You could put it out through social media, paid media, PR. You could put it out through earned media, newspapers, articles. But that is the overall structure of how to think about thought leadership for an organization. So there are basically 5 steps to establish yourself as a thought leader. So let's go through them one by one. Number one, research your industry and keep abreast of the newest trends. That is also the industry that is of interest to your customers. So it's all about them, not you. So, for instance, when I was the VP of Thought Leadership, I was in the payments industry, but our clients were in retail. So I mostly wrote about the retail industry because that's what they really cared about. And also use data points. Add data points that attract your customer. For instance, 42% say the element of thought leadership that they value the most highly is credible research, according to a survey done by FT Marketing Services. So, an example of this could be a blog post that says, half of all small businesses report they have been the victim of a cyber attack, up 44% just 2 years ago. Do you have a plan for cybersecurity? So that is definitely salesy, but it also includes data that is compelling and goes down the road of thought leadership. So item number 2 is make a bold statement. Not everybody might agree with your statement, but it attracts attention and sets you apart from the crowd. So that might be something like, the retail industry is on the brink of change we haven't seen in the past 30 years. Or artificial intelligence is the most significant technology of our lifetimes. Those kinds of statements attract attention and you have to back them up, but it does set you apart as someone who is willing to think about thought leadership in their field. The other is be engaging and inspire your audience. Gone are the days that we have white papers in 8-point font and 20 references and pages that go on and on. Now, people are not consuming that kind of content. They want more visually engaging infographics or attention-grabbing headlines. So summaries, data points, videos, podcasts, generate content that your customer is more likely to consume. And keep it succinct, get to the point quickly. And also, in terms of how are you going to promote yourself as a thought leader, be where your customer is. So social media channels, you want to really have a presence in whichever one your customer is using. For instance, I tend to use LinkedIn a great deal because I'm targeting a business audience. But if you're more likely to target a younger audience, you may want to be on Instagram. Another way of getting yourself out there is webinars and presentations at meetings, training classes. These are all ways to establish yourself and as an expert in your field. And once again, ensure you get noticed in the venue that is most used by your customer. Another aspect, number 4, of thought leadership is to differentiate your business. So you want to add to the conversation. You can link to articles or post articles that shows that you're connected to the current developments in your field. You're really a person in the know. You can even be futuristic and project out in 10 years, this is what I think the trends point to. But most importantly, don't copy the content of your competitors. Create something that really sets you apart. Finally, number 5, bring it back to your business goals. Make it easy for your customers to engage and connect with you. So for instance, if you're out on social media, link back to your website. Ask a question or start a dialogue saying, we see this trend, do you see it too? And be aware of the search engine keywords for your business and use them in your content. Use them in your blogs and in your newsletters. An easy way to see what search engine keywords are being used is just go onto Google Trends, type in some samples of what you think people might be using to find you, and that'll give you an idea of how many times those keywords are used when people are going to search something. And in terms of newsletters, blog posts, podcasts, always link it back to your website and make it easy to respond directly to you from the newsletter or the blog. Also, finally, maximize your thought leadership content. Let's say you invest in a white paper or an infographic. Many times white papers and infographics cost within thousands of dollars, sometimes tens of thousands. So make sure you're using that content in multiple places. So for instance, you could use aspects of the white paper in a blog post, a newsletter, a webinar, and you could link it all back to the white paper on your website. So finally, great thought leadership connects with your customer and reflects their needs and wants. It clearly articulates your value add and it displays your knowledge. It adds value. It's not just the sales pitch. It shows your knowledge of the field, so it can combine futurism with strategic thinking and is consistent and well thought out. And it's consistently shared, and you are almost prolific in terms of commenting and becoming known as a subject matter expert in your field. Those are my 5 points on becoming a thought leader in your field. Join us next time as I talk about your website. If you remember, if you've been tracking all the podcasts so far, I talk about content and search engine and a little bit about thought leadership. So next podcast, we're really going to talk about your website and how to make it impactful. See you then.
Thanks for listening to the Haven Hubcast, a place to learn what business leaders and owners are doing to navigate and grow in today's market. Please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. Haven is a co-working space and virtual community located in the heart of Fairfield County, Connecticut. Haven is a hub for business owners and professionals to connect, create, and get stuff done. Find out more about the Haven community online at haven.com. That's HAYVN.com. Haven Hubcast is produced by Sound Advice Strategies.